What's up guys? This video I'm finally going to share my recipe for energy balls. This is what I made with the coffee flour that I picked up in one of my previous videos. And it's funny because I actually made this recipe, filmed it, and told you guys about it. And then a couple nights ago, I tried it again and I made it a little bit differently, and they are so much better. So my first video is just getting scrapped and I'm starting over. So if you were wondering what was taking so long, that is why. I really don't like the idea of putting in all that work and then scrapping it, but I really don't want to put out a recipe that's not that good. So this one here, I'm pretty sure everyone is going to like. And if you want to see how I made it, then keep watching. Okay, for the energy balls, you are going to need coconut flour, coffee flour, hemp hearts, peanut butter, butter, MCT oil, salt, vanilla, and a liquid sweetener. I am using sucralose. So I'm starting with a tablespoon of softened butter in my bowl, and I'm going to add a half a cup of peanut butter. So this is the kind of peanut butter I use. It's the Walmart brand organic peanut butter, and it's very affordable, and it only has 1 net carb per 2 tablespoons, which is really good. Next, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this coffee flour. Next is a half a cup of hemp seeds, 3/4 cup of coconut flour, 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, a splash of vanilla, 10 drops of sucralose, and a little bit of salt. So next I'm just going to mix this up until it forms a dough. So depending on the consistency of your peanut butter, you may need to add a little more moisture, or you may need to add a little more coconut flour to bring it all together. In my case, it's just a little bit dry, so I'm gonna add about a tablespoon more of peanut butter. This is kind of what you're going for here. It's not wet and sticky at all, but it will still form, you know, a ball on itself, like that, okay? So now that we have this, we're just going to divide it up and roll it into little balls, and we should get about 20 balls out of this. So now we have our balls formed, and you could just totally leave it like this and eat them as is, but I'm going to make a chocolate coating over them. So we're just gonna set these aside for now. For the chocolate coating, you will need cacao butter, vanilla, salt if you prefer a salted chocolate, coconut oil, erythritol, unsweetened baker's chocolate, and a liquid sweetener of your choice. Again, I'm using sucralose. So for this step, I find it much easier to use a scale. Make sure it's set to grams. And we're going to start with 14 grams of cacao butter. And add 14 grams of coconut oil. And 14 grams of unsweetened baker's chocolate, which happens to be 2 squares. Now we're going to microwave this in maybe 20-second intervals, stirring until everything is melted. So it's pretty much melted now. There's like one little chunk of cacao butter, which will continue to melt over the next few seconds. So I'm just going to move on. 1 teaspoon of powdered erythritol, about a half a teaspoon of vanilla, a little sprinkling of salt, which I am going to add salt to the top while the chocolate is still wet, so I'm not going to go overboard right now. And then finish sweetening with whatever your liquid sweetener of choice is, and I'm probably going to use 10 to 15 drops of sucralose. And that is plenty sweet, so it's good I didn't add more than 10. So our chocolate is finished. Now all we have to do is coat our energy balls with it. And there's 2 ways you can go about this. You can dip the balls right in, but I find it's easier just to drizzle it over the top, considering there isn't like a ton of chocolate in here. So I'm just gonna take a spoonful and slowly drizzle it over each ball. Okay, so we got the first coat on. I still have probably enough to do one more coat left in my bowl, so I'm going to pop these in the fridge and let them harden a little, and then we'll go back and put the rest of the chocolate on. So I'm just going to drizzle the rest of this over and pop them back in the fridge. And that is it for the chocolate. I should have waited a few minutes before putting the first coat on, and I probably wouldn't have wasted as much because it wouldn't have been as runny. But hey, they're gonna taste just as good. So now while that chocolate is still wet, I'm going to grind some salt over the top of them because I love salted chocolate. So that is it. I'm gonna pop these back in the fridge until they are finished hardening, and then we will give them a taste. So I've been waiting very patiently for at least 2 hours now. They're completely set up. As you can see, the little chocolate skirt, which I'm okay with that. It's so good. I would say on my batch I could have went a little more liquid, just a teeny bit, but they did form balls, they did hold their shape, and they taste amazing, just amazing. So here's the macros. This is the macros per ball. Perfect. 109 calories, 3.7 grams of protein, 1.4 grams of net carbs, 8.9 grams of fat. High fat, low carb, moderate protein. So if you guys try this recipe, please let me know what you think. I created this from scratch, just taking bits and pieces from other recipes and making it my own. I love doing stuff like that. Keto-fying, non-keto recipes. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. I will definitely be doing more videos like this, so make sure to give me your feedback and let me know if you enjoy them or not. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, even though it took me 3 tries now to get this actually filmed and to the point where I actually like the taste and the outcome. So worth it. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video.